I'm here representing the GplusE project today. The GplusE, it stands for Genotype Plus Environment. It was a 5-year project, EU-funded project, that involved 15 partners, primarily from EU countries. There were partners from Ireland, the UK, Denmark, Italy, Belgium, and there was also some partners from the US and from China. The aim of the project really was to look at ways of combining genotype technologies with new ways of coming up with what we call phenotypes in agriculture. Particularly, we were looking at ways of measuring new phenotypes in milk and how those phenotypes then interact with the energy status of the animal itself. Then that combined with genotyping then can lead to informed decisions on breeding strategies and so on. There was also work that looked at the management aspects of what this technology was saying. From a greenhouse gas perspective, the energy status of the dairy cow does have an impact on how much methane the cow is emitting. And one of the interesting things of the GplusE project was that we were able to see that you can actually get a measure of the energy status of the cow from biomarkers that are already available in the milk. There's a technology called mid-infrared spectroscopy, and that can give you a very easy measure of some of the biomarkers going on in the milk. And if you can combine those biomarkers that relate to the energy balance, that can give you an indication as to how efficient that cow is feeding, and that then can give you some insight in terms of methane emissions. So it is possible to combine breeding strategies with some of these new phenotypes as part of the bigger bigger project around greenhouse gas mitigation. I think when it comes to mitigating things like greenhouse gas emissions in cattle, it's very important to have access to reliable, accurate data, because you cannot improve what you cannot measure. And what we're looking to achieve in GplusE and similar projects is to come up with accurate animal level measurements of what is going on in terms of methane emissions from the animal. That then will allow farmers and their advisors to make better breeding and management decisions that will help in the mitigation of greenhouse gas emissions. And the key thing is that this can be done in a measurable way. Secondly, I think there's a lot of new technology in the agri-tech sector at the moment. There's a lot of new sensors, there's new techniques such as machine learning, and these are very exciting developments in the industry. However, I think these new techniques also need they need to be accurate, they need to be field validated, and there needs to be a degree of standardization in the approaches that these new techniques are using. The other thing with new technology is that we mustn't forget old technology as well, because simple things like getting the live weight of a dairy animal, that is a very good indicator as to the feed efficiency of the animal, and that again can lead to decisions on greenhouse gas mitigation measures. Finally, I believe that the role of genomics and genetics is key in our attempts to reduce greenhouse gas emissions in livestock. New studies that ICBF have been involved in have shown that improved genetic merit has a direct correlation with reduced greenhouse gas emissions, which I think is very promising and is something that we will certainly be focusing on in the future.